Hi, I'm theciaellis, and welcome to This Grandma's Life. Okay, yesterday I did the Natural Falls Park, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. And there was another place that I was on my way to, and then I passed on the way to the Natural Falls Park a place called Flint Creek Water Park, and I was kind of looking it up, and it's kind of funny. This place has changed a lot. We came here, I believe it was this location when I was a kid, and either that is part of Flint Creek one way or another, but I remember playing in Flint Creek when I was a kid, and so that was a long time ago. So I decided to check it out. It looks like I have to pay to get in, so I'm not particularly interested in doing that, but I may take some, I'm probably going to take some footage for you to show you about that, because that was literally, this water park is literally only 3 miles from Natural Falls State Park, and that's pretty cool. So as I was driving by that water park in Flint Creek, I was looking and I was turning around, and I gotta show you what I saw. This is really neat. Look at these little domes that people can stay in. I don't know if I can zoom in on one of them because it's got nice, and here's another one over here. They got cool windows in them where you can see out of them. I have no idea how much it costs to stay in one of them, but isn't that neat looking? Yesterday it was log cabins. Today is domes. Interesting. There's some domes on the water park side too. Didn't even notice that. I'm going to pull up here and see if I can see the name of this place, so if you ever want to see it. Okay, so this place is Ferncrest. So you can check into that if you want to. So on the other side, this is all part of Ferncrest. Okay, so that's interesting. So if you want to stay, I don't know what is that, a dome? Is that what that's called? You can check out Ferncrest. And that is Flint Creek out there, and you can hear the traffic off in the distance. Literally, that is the entrance to the turnpike. I think it's 412, part of the turnpike there. But so this is in Flint, and Flint Creek is right there. It's a beautiful creek. This is a beautiful, beautiful place. And like I said, I'm not going to go in. I may show you one more piece of footage, part of the entrance, but yeah, kind of nice. So here's the entrance to Flint Creek. I was looking for something else because I think underneath the bridge, see, the water's kind of low right now, but there is a bridge over there, and under the bridge, see, the water goes underneath it. I think I've been here. This is before they really made it into someplace kind of fancy. It was kind of cool because the way the water runs over that, you can actually get up underneath it and be behind the little falls underneath it. And the water's beautifully clear. I don't know. I hate that the highway's right there, but then at the same time, that makes it really easily accessible. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to stay here today. There's nobody here. Oh, there's somebody here. There was somebody sitting there. But this is a really cool place. Okay, that was an unplanned stop, and yes, there was somebody who was up underneath the canopy over there. I don't know why. It's Saturday morning, and it is 10 o'clock in the morning, but there's nobody there yet. But I guess it is September, and like I said, I'm way behind on getting things out and done. It's a beautiful day. It is already almost 80 degrees. Maybe it is too cold, because that water can be cold. But that was an unplanned stop. I'm okay with not going in there. It looks like somebody else went down on the outside of the park side, but that's neat. Now we're going to drive about an hour, and we're going to check out Sequoia State Park. I don't know anything about it, but we'll go check it out. I'm making a quick stop to talk to you about something. I'm driving down, it's called Scenic Highway 10, and I'm getting down toward the Illinois River and toward Tahlequah, which is another beautiful place. I don't know There's so much beautiful to see here, and we're nowhere near Sequoia Park yet. But I wanted, you know what I wanted? That was such a beautiful drive. I wished I had a dash cam. That way I can just show you. It was windy and it was going and it was hilly, but it was gorgeous. I'm definitely going to check and see if I can afford to get into a dash cam. If I'm going to keep on doing things like this, we need to be able to see how pretty this place is. All right. That was just a side note. Let's get back on the road. Well, this wasn't planned, but it looks like it's turning into a tour of beautiful eastern Oklahoma, and I'm okay with that. Right now I am in Peavine Hollow. This is along the Illinois River, and we used to take so many float trips down the Illinois River, and I've always wanted, I keep wanting to do it, but I can't get anybody who wants to go with me, and it's so neat. I'm going to take you down here. So for the floating rivers, what they do is they have like Diamond Head Resort. They're probably about 7 miles down the road, and people load up and get into the bus, and with the canoes or rafts or kayaks, and then they drop them off here, and you float down the river back down to where, in that particular case, it's Diamond Head. But over here is a different part of the entrance to the river. I was hoping that I was going to be able to get this, because I had just driven across there. That's Hanging Rock up there. That's literally where the side of the cliff is, and you can see people are coming down the river now. And they were doing, ooh, there's a crane, it's working now. They're doing some road work and stuff. Looks like I need to get out of the way. Seeing there's where some people are taking off to go down the river from there. And looks like somebody else has just pulled up, and they're going to Illinois River Outfitters. I'm not familiar with that particular one. You can see kids playing in the river. This is beautiful. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful place. And I'm hoping you could see there's little minnows here. It's kind of interesting that there's minnows here, because this actually doesn't even connect with the river. But golly, there's a lot of minnows. Very neat. I hope they don't all die, because there's no place for them to go. No, well, I guess that's part of life, huh? Well, Google has failed me again. I have no idea where I am located. I'm near a lake. I can't find Sequoia State Park. I'm going to try again here in a few minutes, but I'm hungry. I'm glad I've got some food in my ice chest, because I haven't eaten yet today, and there's nothing around. But I can show you the lake and some really beautiful white birds that are hanging around. But first, I'm going to get some lunch. I did see a sign, but I don't remember what it was or what lake this is. But it's still beautiful. And the birds that were here, I can see one way off in the distance over there. I don't know if you would be able to see it though. Probably not. I don't even know what kind they are. It looks like there's some more off in that direction too. I can see some flying. I just don't know if my camera can get it, because this is not one of those nice cameras. Somewhere around here is Sequoia State Park. I just don't have any idea where it is. But look at the beautiful hills. Let me put them back up a little bit. Here we go. And it's just a hill. I was on top of a hill earlier, and the view from it was just wonderful. So I didn't find the state park. If I run across something on the way home, we may stop again. I will say it has been nice. It's been a nice trip. I needed this trip. I shouldn't say all this. It's not going to be over yet, I'm pretty sure, because you know me, I'll probably find something else to get into. Okay, let me say this. I am sore from yesterday's hiking, and I've been jogging, and I try to do as much exercise as possible as I can, but I tell you what, climbing up some of those rocks and everything, I'm a little bit sore. Even the stairs I had gone up, I could feel it in my butt. So, oh well, I just need to work a little bit harder. So, I'm heading home, but if I see something on the way, I'll let you know. I forgot. I was going to show you the road I had to even follow to even get down here. It's crazy. And I think it was about half a mile. I don't know. I don't know how far it was just to even get down to that little spot by the lake. And a Jeep. I was glad I was already down by the lake because the Jeep was coming. I don't know what I would do if a car was coming toward me at this time. But yeah, kind of interesting. Well, wouldn't you know? GPS, and I have two different GPS things. One was Google, and I can't remember what the other one is, and neither one of them sent me to the right place. So I set my sights to go home, and guess what I found? Sequoia State Park. Let's check it out. We're here. Well, I don't know how the mapping things could have gotten this so wrong. This is actually a very large state park, and it was large enough I wasn't even sure if I was still in it. Even though the speed limit was low. But then I got to looking off on the sides of the roads, and I'd seen where there were some hiking trails and stuff on the map. When I was looking at the map, I had stopped and got a map that I can put on my phone, and I had seen hiking trails, but I wasn't seeing them signs for them until I was on this road. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's like lots of hiking trails, but you got to drive within the park to those hiking trails to see them. I'm out here. I went down to where they have some of this primitive camping, and I'm down here by the lake. I'm sure you can hear the water, and it's interesting because I was pretty sure I was maybe around the corner over there when I had stopped to have some lunch, and I was right. I was looking at the park when I was showing that footage, but now you can get a different perspective. I really hope those are showing up. I believe they're pelicans. Oh, there's one that's diving for a fish now. Every once in a while you'll see one a little bit closer. There's a whole mess of them over there on that point. And it is pretty. I hate that I didn't know what I was doing to get us here. There's some parking up there. I think that's some more primitive camping over there. I hear a boat. Oh, there it is. I miss being on a pontoon boat. I miss being on a lake. We used to do it a lot. Here's another pelican fishing. I'm going to call them pelicans. I believe that's what they are. I was crossing over, and I found out that what I'm about to show you is Grand River. And the reason I'm stopping, for one thing, it was Grand River, but as I'm crossing over, I thought, oh my gosh, I recognize this place. Several months ago, when Tom and I were coming back from Tahlequah after one of his doctor's appointments, we had seen a whole mess of birds. But it's not getting dark, so there's not as many people or not as many birds here, but there's still plenty of birds. And this is a nice little swim thing, and I did not know when we stopped last time that this was part of Grand River. But let me show you. See, there's a whole mess of birds out there now. Not like it was that day though, but that's the river, and after it gets past that bridge up there is a lake, and I think it's Hudson Lake. I'm just gonna look it up, and I'll put it on the screen for you to see. But yeah, it was cool that I recognized this. And I don't know if you can see, so we're all along the swim area. It's just full of birds. Today was a pretty good day. I was a little disappointed that I didn't find the other lake. I think it was Gibson Lake. I think I had said Hudson, but it's Gibson Lake. And until I was already tired and I was ready to go home. But I did drive around and look around there and notice that actually that is a very nice, very big park. I'm not sure that I would go back there. I mean, I'm sure the trails and everything were okay, but it was so big. It had golf course. It had I don't know. It was more commercialized than probably what I would have enjoyed, especially on my own. I think though, if you especially if you have a boat or something. I don't know. Maybe you can have access to boats or something too, though. But you can go horseback riding. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if I'm getting too old for that or not. But I don't know. It was okay. The natural falls, I loved it. You know, of course, that was from the day before, and today it was nice to. It was nice to take that beautiful drive from up by Natural Falls and the Flint Creek water park to go all the way down by the Illinois River. We used to go down the Illinois River at least once a year when I was younger, and we just haven't in several years. And I've even when I had Kinsey at home and she had friends, I would say, let's go. And they just never were interested. And so it's kind of a bummer thing, but it is what it is. The drive was just beautiful, and I told my friend Diana, we need to get a dash cam so I can video some of these beautiful drives that we take. So I needed this trip to get my head on straight, because obviously you could tell from the end of my last video I was struggling with some emotional stuff and everything, and I still am. I'll be perfectly honest. I think I'm a little more in control today. But I needed this trip. It's all going to work out. I know it's going to all work out. I know that God has got a plan for me. I know that whatever happens, it's going to be for my good. I know that and I guess I struggle with the fact that even though I really do know it, the stress still gets me. I still cry. I still get the shakes. I still wonder what's going to happen next, you know. It's going to be all right. It really is. So that's all I've got for you today. It was nice to have some adventures. I do want to remind you that if you're interested in seeing where all my stuff kind of comes together, I have a website called grandmashomestead.farm, and I do a blog post. I keep trying to do it more frequently, but at least when I do the blog post, I put videos from This Grandma's Life, which is this channel. I get Grandma's Homestead, which at this time is the cooking and stuff, but you can look back at the old stuff and see where I was doing stuff on the farm. And if you feel like it, Kinsey Lucky Sports. There's just different things, and there are also some recipes. A lot of the recipes that I have done over the last couple of years, particularly with the YouTube channel Grandma's Homestead, then you can go there, and it's printable there. So I would appreciate if you would check out my website, and well, we'll see what we get into next. Oh, I heard about a really cool place today that I wish we had checked it out when we were in Western Oklahoma. That may be in a future one, but not anytime soon. All right, guys. God bless. I'll see you next time.